So we're just gonna be reacting to the Carmelo Anthony case, and I just wanted to see like what my synopsis would be after this, like, after watching multiple videos, and give you guys my opinion as a black college student and just a black man. So let me see. I wanted to watch. Let me watch this guy.
It was a rainy Wednesday morning in Frisco, Texas, where a high school track meet had been delayed due to the weather. Dozens of student athletes who attended from across the district were huddled under tents waiting for the skies to clear. Among them was 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. He is an honor student at Memorial High with a nearly 4.0 GPA and a standout athlete who has dreams of playing college football. Standing close by to him was his twin brother, Hunter. Across the field, another standout athlete from a different school named Karmelo Anthony. He is captain of both his track and football team, and his family describe him as quiet and reserved. As the rain starts getting harder, Karmelo decides he's going to get under a tent for shelter. Only it wasn't his team's tent. It was actually the opposition's tent assigned to Memorial High. Now, Austin noticed Karmelo and approached him, telling him, "This tent is reserved for my team and you need to leave." When Karmelo refused, an argument between the two broke out, and at one point Karmelo reportedly said to Austin, "Touch me and see what happens." When Austin attempted to,
You feel me? That's a regular reaction from where I'm from, Brooklyn. That's a reaction. That's, yo, touch me and see what happened. Like that's quite normal of a reaction, I would say. But we're boys. You know how men are. Like, teenagers too. Like, we just be on that.
to physically remove him, Karmelo allegedly pulled out a black knife from his bag and stabbed Austin once in the chest before fleeing. Austin collapsed. His twin brother, Hunter, rushed to his side, holding him, trying to stop the bleeding as he died. Hunter would later tell Fox News, "I saw the soul leave his body, and with that, mine left too."
Damn, that's fucked up. Damn, yeah, that's fucked up, man. Seeing like a brother or a close friend die. Look, they twins, bro. That's crazy, bro. Seeing that's wild, bro. That's OD wild, bro.
Now, despite fleeing the scene, Karmelo Anthony was arrested within minutes. And sitting in the back of the police car, he asked officers one question that would soon ignite a global firestorm. Would what I did be considered self-defense? Now, when this story hit the media, it exploded, making headlines around the world. But because one boy was black and the other was white, it became gasoline for a race and political fire. Opinion pieces, live streams, TikToks, Twitter threads, everyone had an opinion. Some asked why a student would bring a knife to a school track meet. Others defended him, claiming that he had the right to protect himself. Then came the money. A fundraising page set up by Karmelo's family with the goal of 100K exploded past 450,000, sparking outrage. Critics started accusing the family of profiting from a killing. Rumors started swirling about new cars and new homes, but the family claimed they hadn't touched any of the money. His legal defense came under scrutiny. His representation started getting called out for having a criminal past. And just as the debate around the self-defense began to grow, new information started surfacing about a previous school altercation. And all of this is before the case has even gone to trial. But regardless, the internet has already chosen sides. This story, which is about two boys and a single fatal decision, has now become something so much bigger. Something that no one seems to be able to control, because now even judges involved in this are getting their lives threatened. So, that's what we're talking about today. So let's stop the yapping and let's get rockin'. Okay, before we get into the controversy and the legal side of things, I do want to play you guys a portion of this interview by Austin Metcalf's dad, where he is insisting that people do not need to make this about race and politics.
It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online. This is about human compassion. The world needs more kind people.
True.
If you can't find one, be one.
Now, what are the
I like that. That's a good answer. It's true. It's real true. You just need to chill. Like, it ain't, bro, this shit ain't about race for real, bro. It's just about right or wrong. But we really about to get into this, though. I might let y'all know what I think.
The reasons this has gained so much attention before even going to trial was that soon after all of this went down, a Give, Send, Go account was set up by Karmelo's family. And they said that that was for them to support their legal proceedings. Now, as of the time of recording, it has so far received over $475,000, despite them only having the initial goal of $100,000. Now, the decision by them to not close the account after they received their desired goal has been one of the things that has drawn heavy criticism, with people saying online that the family is now profiting from a tragedy. Now, this already heated situation only got worse after the New York Post published a report with a headline that read, Karmelo Anthony renting $900K home in gated community with family, bought new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf murder case.
But that text right there is making it seem like he doing that by himself, bro. It's just his family, bro. Like, I've heard they've been getting threats, so why not just protect yourself? And okay, they bought a new car. That's a little OD, you feel me? But shit, I mean, what else you want niggas to do with money? It started from like, so things come. Oh, you think it's like a curse came about you, like a tragedy came about, and you needed some support. You put a GoFundMe up, and you garnered more money than you expected. I mean, shit, I might get a car.
With family, bought new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf murder case. Texas Senator Ted Cruz then added fuel to the fire by reposting this and saying, why the hell does someone raise $500,000 for committing murder? Now, Snopes, which is a fact-checking organization, has done a piece on this, and they say that these claims are false. They say that Give, Send, Go's co-founder and chief financial officer confirmed that Anthony's family has not withdrawn any of the money from the donation page yet. However, since the controversy, the family has now put an update on the fundraising page. They said that while the legal defense is a critical part of the fund, the money will not solely be dedicated to legal expenses. They then included things like the safe relocation of Anthony due to escalating threats, as well as things like transport, security, and basic living costs. Things then exploded yet again yesterday after Austin's father, who is also a defense attorney, attended a public press conference for the Anthony family. But the person hosting this press conference, Dominic Alexander, he refused to begin until Austin's father left. Now, videos show the situation going as far as police arriving on the scene and removing Austin's father.
That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character. He knows that is inappropriate to.
Yeah, I don't know what his mindset was about popping out to that. Like, I don't think you should be showing up to shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, especially it's an ongoing case. Like, I don't know why you're actually showing up, but maybe the father's nice. He wants to, like, mind things together, like bind. I mean, I don't know why he's on that. I don't know. That's funny though.
To be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism.
But speaking about Dominic Alexander, he is actually one of the Anthony's family's biggest supporters. And that shouldn't be controversial, right? Well, we'd be wrong there too, because people have started doing background on him, and they discovered that he has a lengthy history of criminal violence.
And we begin with breaking news. A well-known activist has been charged with domestic violence.
Dallas activist Dominic Alexander facing criminal domestic violence charges.
He has been charged with 1-count felony assault, serious bodily injury, and 1-count misdemeanor assault. Recently, activist Dominic Alexander was protesting the assault of a woman in Deep Ellum. But
damn, a nigga can't change his life, my nigga. Like, I mean, they got arrested how many times? How many times Brody got arrested?
And we begin with breaking news.
I seen that paper. That shit was, damn, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. My nigga. 10 times, my nigga. Well, damn, fuck it, bro. Like, damn, he changed his life, bro. He's better now. Let him rock. He's Gucci.
Domestic violence charges.
He has been charged with 1-count felony assault, serious bodily injury, and 1-count misdemeanor assault. Recently, activist Dominique Alexander was protesting the assault of a woman in Deep Ellum. But behind the scenes, his girlfriend says he was assaulting her.
He was even convicted of a first-degree felony for causing serious bodily injury to a
Fucked up.
2-year-old child, the son of his then-girlfriend, while babysitting.
Now, Alexander has a long criminal history, including injury to a child.
In fact, one of the easiest layups in the criminal justice system is having character witness come forward and speak positively on your behalf. However, despite this, in 2016, he brought 2 character witnesses. One didn't even know he was on probation, and the other he had just met. Now, the final piece of major controversy, at least at the time of recording, is that at his bail hearing, Karmelo Anthony's bond was reduced from $1 million down to $250,000, and he was later freed with an ankle monitor. The judge said her decision to lower the bond was for multiple reasons, including Anthony's age, since he is under 18, his lack of prior criminal history, and his strong ties to the community. Critics argued, however, that he is being charged with first-degree murder and has already raised money far exceeding the bond of $250K. However, for this decision, Judge Angela Tucker has now been doxxed and received threats to her safety, which law enforcement like FBI are now investigating. So ultimately, controversy aside, what happens now? Well, currently there is no trial date set because the case is still in what's called the pre-indictment phase. In Texas, before any case like this can go to trial, it has to be reviewed by a grand jury. That's basically a group of citizens who look at the evidence and decide 2 things. 1, is there probable cause to believe that a crime was committed? And 2, if so, what exact charges should be filed? Like murder, manslaughter, or something else. Now, prosecutors are expected to bring this case before a grand jury before the end of June 2025. If that grand jury decides to indict Karmelo, he will either take a plea deal or plead not guilty, which, if in that case, would send this thing into a full-blown trial. And the national and, in fact, global media attention will be intense. And also, if this does go to trial, Karmelo will almost certainly claim self-defense. But in Texas, using deadly force as self-defense is a very high legal bar, and it's only allowed under specific conditions. So ultimately, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, usually I wrap up these kind of videos with, what do you guys think? But considering today, I don't think I will. I mean, we've literally laid out what the talk online has turned this case into, and any speculation beyond the evidence that they present will only harm both parties. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you, as always, as a news roundup for the week on Monday or Tuesday.
For sure, for sure. All right, so basically, before I get into that, before I give my opinion, I want to go look at the case report for me. But why they keep? I hate that. I hate this nigga name, the same name as the basketball player. But that shit gave me tight, bro. Like police report. Damn, this shit pop up immediately. So Brody's, all right, 17, 130, 5'9". This nigga, for me, he's small. He's a small guy. Small cat for me. Small cat. Overly small. Okay. Damn, bro. Nah, this look crazy. Like, I know he was dread. Let me zoom into Brody shit. I know he was tight. I know he was mad shit game when you got arrested, bro. Let me look. Charged with murder. Cool. Warrant. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Initial narrative. Okay. So on February 2nd, blah, 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 Stanley heard over the radio dispatch call out of a stabbing call at David Blank Stadium. Okay. Notes that indicates that an athlete was stabbed. The suspect was reported being a black male wearing a gray hoodie and blue sweatpants. I immediately left my office and ran across the Staley Middle School parking. A lot towards the south entrance into the stadium. As I entered the stadium, 2 high school age students informed me that the victim was north end of stadium. Next, I proceeded towards the north end of stadium on foot. I also got closer to the north end. I could see the Memorial High School tent with multiple individuals under the tent. Once I arrived onto the north side bleachers, an adult man who was on the track pointed out the suspect. I was not able to identify that witness. The individual that was pointed out to me as a black male wearing a gray hoodie. Boom, boom, boom. Sturdy, sturdy. Okay. There's a chain link fence. Damn, you see this police report, bro. I hate cop work, bro. This shit's so long, bro. Okay, let's read the important stuff. Okay, okay, boom, boom, boom. Let me see. let's get to the point here. Okay. Oh, there was a chain link fence that separated me from the suspect. I gave the suspect instructions to keep his hands up in the air during this time. Let me put this ad blocker away. During this time, the suspect said verbally out loud, "I was protecting myself." I should be noted that I had not questioned him about the incident when he made that comment. I asked him if he had any weapons, and he said no. I patted him down for weapons while we was working down the fence, and I did not locate any on this person. I instructed the male to continue walking along the fence, which he complied. Towards an area, there was an opening in the fence that led off the track. While walking him off the track, the suspect said also he put his hands on me, and I then detained the suspect in handcuffed behind his back. So basically, cool. So, I believe so. When he's like speaking and he hasn't been read his rights, like the Miranda rights, I believe it's called something utter, like urgent utter. Like he uttered just words. Like basically, it's just when a suspect have like random things to say during the arrest. You know, some people be like, "Oh, you didn't get read his Miranda rights," but you like this can also be put on a report and used in court. You know what I'm trying to say? I then detained his search this person. The suspect then, he said, the alleged person. I had the alleged suspect, and the suspect responded and says, "I'm not alleged. I did it." Movie. Next officer, he said, "I did it." I said, he put his hands on me. I told him not to. I did not question the suspect about the incident. I noticed the fresh blood on his finger. Okay, so bad. Cool. Yeah, I gotta search up why what I meant. No. What's it called? Yeah, so it's called random utterances, like, yeah. So yeah, basically, so that can be used in the police report. So I'm gonna just give my opinion, cause I've been reading upon this and I've been like watching mad videos. We go to just that. I think so. From what I know, alright, cool. He was under the tent. It was raining. So from what I saw, it was raining. I mean, not from what I saw, from what I was like watching on TikTok and stuff. It was raining. One of the twins, I believe Austin, asked him to get off the tent. You're not supposed to like belong here and stuff. You know, bro said, "Nah," and touched me. You see what happened? I guess bro touched him and then stabbed him for me. But, and I've been seeing things. They're talking about? Is it a knife or is it a cleat sharpener? But I'm pretty sure it's a knife though. You feel me? So I feel like people should keep their hands to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's more than one person. You know what I'm trying to say? Keep your hands to yourself, bro. But doesn't give bro the right to stab him. Like, you know, sometimes you just gotta put these up. But everybody react to things differently. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm in high school, in college, bro. I carried a knife like a lot of places, bro. I'm from Brooklyn, feel me? And it's like, you just never know what you run into. That's what I carry my knife for. I'm not a bad student, you know. I'm not a bad person. I carried a knife. I was salutatorian in my high school. I'm not bad. I was in programs. I played 2 sports. Good character, you know. I was in mad academic programs. Like, come on. So I feel like the fact that he carried a knife, it shouldn't really be a problem. Honestly, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. He did touch him first. I heard he punched him and, you know, things of that nature. I don't know if this is really tough for me to say, just because I know if you allow him to get away with this, then you got to get a lot of people get away with it. Man, damn, man. I think you should do. Look, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't want him to go to jail. I don't want him to do. I really don't want him to do time. I really don't want him to do time at all for me. But to be fair to both families, because you did just lose a son, and you know we're teenagers, bro. Bro, students and teenagers, boys, bro, like wrestle and grab each other up all the time. You feel me? Like, I don't know if bro felt like his life was in danger. I don't think that's a situation to think that your life is in danger, bro. So you might have to do a little time, bro. I ain't gonna front. You gonna have to might do like a 5-pack. You might have to do a 5-pack, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. A 5-pack. And that's being nice, bro. You feel me? Like maybe 3-pack or 3 years. Like you could do 3 years, 2D. I don't want you to. You fake ruined your, you know what I'm saying? You dead slowed your life down just a bit. So like 2 to 3 years, or for me, or mad probation, bro. Like the bro just lost a son out of the twins. You feel me? I've been hearing mad random things. Oh, they were raped. I don't know, bro. Like it's really not about color, bro. So yeah, I think you got to do like a 3-pack. You have to. You might have to. You got to do a 3-pack just to be fair. Because if roles were reversed, white man touch. I mean, yes, a white man stab black man, 2 black kids. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I think he gets away with it, though, if he's a white boy. White boy, 5'8", 130, 2 black men at 220, football kids. Nah, yeah, that's an easy case. Woo, get off that boy. But, yeah, bro, I feel bad for Karmelo, but I feel like he just didn't know how to react, bro. Honestly, like, he just didn't know what else to do. I know you're... And some people are just have mad anxiety. They don't know how to properly de-escalate and just walk away. Sometimes people have to deal with violence, so we have to deal with that better as men and teenagers and stuff. And that's not cool. But that's my reaction. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think, like down below. This is just my reaction. You feel me? Yeah. If you want to be on my dick about it, that's cool. But sure. Just tell me what y'all think though. I'm about to end stream. This will end the stream.